a little more applicable considering we had visual aid, but thank God for technology and whatnot. We'll go ahead and get started. Meeting new people is often a frustrating, intimidating, and even often a daunting task for many individuals. But every once in a blue moon, people are presented with extenuating circumstances, such as meeting an individual through a mutual friend, broken down elevator, or even a collaboration on a group project, which is actually how I had the pleasure of meeting my dyadic partner here, Heather Boland.
As many of you have had the opportunity to learn many new and interesting things about your dyadic partner, I too have had a similar opportunity learning about my partner, Neil English.
Slide 2. I'd like to tell you about my captivating things I've learned about my partner, Heather Boland. And?
In order to save time, we're going to discuss what we've learned about each other in 4 separate categories, including educational and campus involvement, significant other, favorite music, and future aspirations. Neil was born in Washington, D.C. on November 15th and lived there until his parents moved back to Western Kentucky from where they both were originally. He then went to Paducah Tillman High School in Paducah, Kentucky, where he graduated in 2007. Neil now attends the University of Louisville as an English and secondary education major.
Heather, on the other hand, was actually born right here in Louisville, Kentucky, and went to St. Gabriel in Fern Creek until her mother remarried, and then she eventually wound up at graduated from Grant County High School in 2005. She then went to UK. I know we won't hold it against her. Then she eventually, thank God, transferred to NKU and back to the University of Louisville, where she intends on graduating with a degree in communications and psychology.
You know, everyone has someone special they can always rely on. In Neil's case, it's his girlfriend Morgan, with whom he's been with for about a year and a half. Morgan is a member of Delta Zeta sorority at the University of Louisville, and it was at a sorority and fraternity social that Neil and Morgan actually met.
And Heather actually also has her own beau. His name's Austin. He's actually he lives in Georgia, and he lives right outside of Atlanta. They met over 3 years ago while she was actually visiting her father down in Florida, and her father and his father worked together. But over the course of time, they lost touch for a little while, up until about 4 months ago, where they've been happy ever since. But also, everyone has their own favorite music and guilty pleasures, but Heather claims to like all different kinds of music. She has a rather extensive iPod collection, of which I'm sure she paid for. But either way, most regularly frequents her iPod is Led Zeppelin, Jack Johnson, John Mellencamp, Montgomery Gentry, and grunge music from the 90s, which I found that a little odd to be thrown in there, and she claims as though she likes many more kinds of music as well.
Well, my partner Neil here has slightly more pretentious taste. He goes out of his way to stray from popular radio, about as much as an opera buff strays from the community theater. He listens largely to independent music from nearly all genres, all the way to the classic jazz sounds of Miles Davis and Thelonious Monk. He claims, though, that his current obsessions include that of the Hold Steady, Otis Redding, and the Abbott Brothers. But even though Neil does have absolutely wretched taste in music, we can't say that his intentions are all bad. In the near future, he hopes to become a high school English teacher, where he can then establish regular income and possibly continue his education in law school.
While Heather's jokes are actually kind of mean, that's not very nice, I must admit that she is good at what she does. She aspires to thrive in a career that is based in public relations, publicity, and events promotions. But along those lines, meeting people is a very, very important aspect of any successful career, be it collegiate or occupational. Networking and contacts are fundamental keystone of any kind of fruition, meaning that the more people you know, the more people see you do what you're good at. But as my grandfather, John Thomas Martin, said, the more people